Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 18 November 2021, Thursday night, 9 o'clock. Time for a knife sale on the Apostle P channel. And a knife sale we shall have, and it's a big one. Got a little bit of housekeeping to get out of the way before we get into the meat of the sale. First of all, some of you commented last week on the rhythmic noise in the background. Some of you liked it, some of you thought it was distracting. It is just the normal noises around here. The geothermal open loop heated water system is gurgling. We're just going to have to live with it. There are all kinds of house noises you might hear down here in the bunker. But let's not get sidetracked, shall we? First up, I need you to be familiar with and agreeable to the terms of the sale. I'm going to post them on the screen for you in just a moment. They'll also be reprinted in the description underneath this video. Above the terms in the description of the video are going to be 3 links to previous videos on the channel. The first is to my primer for buyers video. That's a 38-minute expanded explanation of the terms of the sale. Good idea if you're new to watch that video so you know how we do things and why on this weekly sales event. The second link is to my FAQs for Consignors video. That video will explain how it all works from the consignor's perspective if you're interested in using this weekly sale to move along some of your collection. The third link, as always, is to my rates and services video for the Apostle P Knife Service, the original precision sharpening service for the online knife community. So in the description, you will see those 3 links, then the terms of the sale. At the very bottom will be the list of tonight's inventory, complete with timestamps to the video and pricing. In the pricing column, the number to the left of the slash is your as shown price. Number to the right, as sharpened by the Apostle P Knife Service. You're looking at about 3 to 4 weeks for delivery for a knife to be sharpened in tonight's sale. No next day sharpening this week. We will resume that next week, the day after Thanksgiving. If you see the word sold in lieu of pricing in that price column, no need to send an email about that particular knife. It has been bought and paid for by someone else. I think that's about it for the housekeeping. Let's get the terms up on the screen for you, and we'll be right back with the inventory. Here are the terms. All right, let's get to it, shall we? First up, the lone survivor, the one leftover from last week. There's really not a lot that needs to be said about this knife. Anyone who's over 30 knows what it is. In its original black leather belt sheath, we have a Buck 110 folding hunter. Vintage 1980 to 1981, as indicated by that there tang stamp. That makes it the last of the 440C knives. And I want you guys to look closely at the grind on this blade. Many of these from this era, the hollow abruptly stopped about there, and then it was kind of convex all the way to the edge. This is a good, deep, crisp, hollow grind. Rock solid lockup, buttery action, centering close. If it was perfect, you'd think it was a counterfeit knife. The old square corners on the brass. And one thing I think is kind of neat, if you look closely at that wood scale, you can see the imprint from the sheath snap. This knife has been in its sheath most of its life, barely used. Just a little bit of tarnish, and that's about it. Near mint, no box, with sheath. We ran this last week for $125, got no takers. I thought that was too low. Dropped it to $110 on Saturday, still here. Somebody gets this one shipped, priority mail, all in, 99 bucks this week. And then $119 if you'd like it with an Apostle P edge. That is the Buck 110, 1980 to 81. Next up, the first of a compliment from Great Eastern Cutlery, Titusville, Pennsylvania. This is from the Tidioute cutlery line. The number 62 pocket carver. Pay close attention when you're sending your I'll take it. I have 2 of these in the sale. This one is in your inventory as GEC Tidioute number 62 pocket carver, SM for smooth, WHT for white. It does come with the pocket carver button. And here is the knife in stunning smooth white bone. The mark side has smooth, rather uniform white bone. The pile side, I think, is the star of this show. It's got some dark flecks. It has a little bit of ragginess going on. Lots of character. So the 62 is a Congress pattern. This one in a Whittler configuration. Wharncliffe. And a Wharncliffe. This is not a split back Whittler. This is a catch bit Whittler. You do have one spring running each of the secondaries, both running the main, but instead of that wedge spacer, there's a catch bit in the back. A little less complicated. Superb walk and talk on this knife. Pull is about a 7.5. Blades line up beautifully. Condition near mint in tube with button. Your price on this one, $140 like it is. $175. I sharpen all 3 blades. That's the GEC Tidioute number 62 pocket carver smooth white. Next up, we got another one. Another GEC, another Tidioute, another 62 pocket carver. This one in Coco. This will be in your inventory as GEC Tidioute number 62 pocket carver Coco. It also comes with the pocket carver button. And there's a knife in the tube too. Here you go. The 62 Congress pattern in stunning Coco. Triple Wharncliffe catch bit Whittler. Wharncliffe main, about a 7.5 pull. Excellent walk and talk. Secondary Wharncliffe. One spring each running the secondaries, and then both springs running the main on a catch bit mechanism. Blade alignment is beautiful. Condition on this one, near mint in tube with button. It's in your inventory as GEC Tidioute number 62 pocket carver Coco. Your price $150 like it is. $185 for me to sharpen all 3 blades. Next up, another one from Great Eastern. This one's complicated. It says it's a Huckleberry Boys knife on the tube, but look at that model number. 152118 B and C in Gabon ebony wood. This is the bale and chain boys knife. Comes with the 15 Huckleberry Boys knife button. Here is the knife, chain and baggy. So I'm not going to unwrap all that. There's like a button loop and a chain and a bale. And all steel construction, single spear 15, satin no etch. Pull weight about a 6.5. Walk and talk excellent. Blade centering on this one is beauteous. Condition's going to be like new in the tube. I saw sold listings on eBay for this knife between $153 and $184 plus some shipping. You got to pay sales tax on eBay now. This one, a premium example, like new in tube condition with the button. All in, shipped priority mail, $160 like it is, $175 sharpened by the TheApostleP Knife Service. That's the GEC Tidioute, number 15, B and C in your inventory. Next up, oh my goodness, it's our last GEC knife tonight. And what a special one this is, guys. From the Northfield Unexcelled Premium Pocket Knife line from Great Eastern, we have the number 235220 Bullet Trapper in Red Tail Jig Bone, a store-only knife. So it's probably got a little issue, and I think I found it. It does come with the Northfield Bullet button. The 23, guys, is a stunning knife. Curved handle trapper with a bit of a swell center. Red tail jig bone, and man, it's this gorgeous sort of rusty chestnut. Oh, it's just beautiful on this knife. You have your bullet shield, your double-lined nickel silver bolsters, closed end to keep debris from fouling the pivot mechanisms. What are these? These are like 4 and 7/16 closed length. Big old knife. Drop point main with the unexcelled etch. Little cut swedge and a nail nick. And here's the reason for your store-only designation. A little scratch right at the tip of that main blade, which is interesting because the centering is dead down the middle. I'm not sure how that happened, but man. And these blades are like an 8.5 pull. There is your space secondary. Purposeful gator snappy walk and talk. I'm going to call this one near mint in tube. Store only blem noted. Okay. These are generally selling on eBay between $175 and $225. This store only, albeit a super nice example with that little scratch on the blade. We're going to do this at $170 like it is, $200 if you would like both blades sharpened by the TheApostleP Knife Service. That's in your inventory is GEC Northfield number 23 Bullet Trapper. Next up, got one from the Benchmade Knife Company. It comes with microfiber pouch only, no box. And transitioning from traditional to modern, it's a good place in the sale for this little 319 proper from Benchmade. A fusion slip joint with half stops. Wearing the OD canvas micarta scales. The Sheep's Cliff Warnfoot blade in S30V saber ground with a big old swedge. Long pull on the mark side only. S30V blade. Dimensions on this are going to be 2 7/8 inches a blade, 3 7/8 inches a handle. The walk and talk I always call proper, meaning not very good. It's pretty much consistent on all of these. There's a half stop, it's kind of mushy. Centering is down the middle on this one though. It's as good an example of a proper that I think I've seen. About a 7 pull. We'll call this near mint, no box. These are out of stock everywhere. When they were in stock, minimum advertised pricing was $127. This one can be yours, shipped priority mail, all in for $95. $95 like it is. $115 with an TheApostleP edge. That's the Benchmade 319 proper. Next up, we have a tube scampering across the floor. Next up from Spyderco, I have not yet seen one of these in this configuration. This is the Shemp Tuff BKODTI. What does that all mean? Well, here's what it means. It's the old Spyderco Tuff. It used to have that goofy dimpled black G10 scale. Now we're running the Rather fine textured peel ply OD green G10. Black hardware, a beautiful PVD, even on the clip. And we even have a little Protecto sticker under the clip. Inside the handle, we got a gorgeous PVD coated black blade. And this time not in 3V, but CPM crew wear. So 3 3/4 inches of blade, 5 1/8 inches of handle, titanium frame lock on washers, steel inserted lock interface. There's your lock engagement. It is rock solid. Action is buttery. Centering is perfect. Yeah. Condition is like new in the box, guys. Like new in the box. The only retailer I found that still has one of these in stock is DLT Trading. Well, except the other one. DLT has them priced at MAP $315. Country Knives, they did it again. They have some in stock new for $500. Yes, they do. Isn't that interesting? Anyway, this one can be yours. Like new in the box. 290, like it is. 310 with an Apostle P edge. That's the Spyderco Tuff OD Crew. Next up, it's another Spidey, and I believe another one from Taichung. This one is a Kapara CF plane. And by the way it behaves, it must be a CQI Kapara. You've got those beautiful carbon fiber scales. You get that red G10 backspacer. You get the deep carry paper clip. You have the compression lock. And you have that super sweet utility Warncliffe blade in CPM S30V and a delicious ball bearing pivot. I mean, delicious. Centering, pretty much dead. Lock up, rock solid. Action, It's beautiful. Condition on this one is near mint to like new in box. These are in stock right now for $203, probably plus tax at your favorite retailer, or you just buy this one. It's a beauteous example. Your price, $175, like it is. $195 with an Apostle P edge. That is the Spyderco Kapara. Next up, here is a variation of a knife I did not know existed. It's kind of cool, actually. In the new frosty white box, it's a zero tolerance product. And notice the dual stickering. 0350 black G10, but then ZT0350 MOC. So the deal on this is one G10 scale has been removed. And I don't know if this is at the factory or at the retailers because they went to more than one place. But these are wearing a show side VZ grips moccasin G10 scale with layered black and orange G10, a beautiful textured swell. So it's the regular 350, right? DLC S30V blade. This consignor liked a well lubricated pivot. Condition is absolutely like new. Speed safe spring assist, rock solid lockup. Dead centering. Speedy action. And that cool scale setup. So here's the deal on these. They didn't really last very long at retailers. They're out of stock at $209, which was web retail. There are 3 currently for sale on eBay at $209. I couldn't find any sold listings. Your price on this one, shipped priority mail, $180. $180 like it is. 200 with an Apostle P edge. That is the ZT0350 MOC. Next up, I've never seen one of these. From the Medford Knife and Tool Company, made in the United States of America, we have a smooth criminal in black with S35 VN blade and a PVD coating on the blade. Let's see what else. Black aluminum handle. What? Black aluminum handle? What the heck? Yes, it is. Look at this, my friends. It's a diminutive Medford, just 3 15/16 inches in overall length. We have what appears to be a PVD-coated Medford clip. We have a button lock, a flipper, and a ball bearing mechanism. Look at that, would ya? Little hologram Medfordy blade, 3 1/16 inches in length. I got rock solid lockup. I got super free ball bearing action. The detent is a little meh. You know, it's not snappy like a good detent on a frame lock, but it works well, okay? And again, rock solid lockup. Perfect centering, as Medfords almost always have. I don't know if I've ever seen one that wasn't centered. Let's see. I'm calling it like new in the box. Web pricing on these is $290. This one can be yours. $230 like it is. $250 with an Apostle P edge. That is the Medford Smooth Criminal. Next up, we have a knife that's going to come in a powder blue bag. No box with this one. I think this is Koch Manufacturing, Jason Koch, is that right? It's the KTC-2, which is a very interesting little knife. And this was made in 2 variations. There was one with a titanium handle and a super steel blade that were very, very expensive, like $300-ish. And then there was this one with the 3D machined satin G10 handle scales, milled clip. Check it out. Just a liner lock knife, D2 blade, nice acid stonewash, cool grind, very nice in the hand. Blade length 2 9/16, handle 3 5/8, blackened stainless steel liner lock, ball bearing mechanism on that main blade. But then check this out, guys. It's got a secondary implement on a slip joint mechanism. This is like a little scraper, pry bar, and cap lifter. How about that? Pretty nifty. Good luck finding one of these. I think they have a rather small but violent following, and they don't come up for sale very often. This is the D2 and G10 variety. It is, we'll call it near mint to like new, no box. Your price is going to be $200. $200 like it is. $220 with an Apostle P edge. That's the Koch KTC-2. Next up, this is kind of interesting. It is the Kunwu Ronin folder. Very nice looking knife. Absolutely Chinese made, but nicely done. Got a bit of a Kwaiken vibe to it. Beautifully milled chunk of titanium. 2 chunks of titanium with a 3rd chunk floating in the back. A milled clip and beautiful mill pattern on that. It is a steel inserted titanium frame lock. Flips beautifully, just the right detent. No death lock, but nice and positive. Length on the Kunwu Ronin, 4 3/4 inch of handle, 3 3/8 inches of blade, and that is satin finished S35 VN. Cool little fuller and opening hole detail there. Rock solid lockup. There is your engagement. You saw the action. The centering is beautiful. The condition on this one's going to be like new in box. This was a Kickstarter knife. They are gone. When they were available, they sold at $135. Don't know if they're going to run them again. Probably will. Your price on this one's going to be $100. $100 like it is. $120 with an ApostleP edge. That's the Kunwu or Ronin. Next up, we have something from Real Steel. Inside the box is the 2017 Megalodon. We've sold more than a few of these on the channel. The Megalodon is a svelte but long titanium frame lock ball bearing flipper. Beautiful bead blasted and then tumbled titanium handle. A spring titanium clip. Very cool lock bar cutout detail. Steel inserted lock interface. Perfect detent. M390 blade. 3 7/8 inches long. 4 15/16 inches of handle. Lockup is rock solid. Centering is perfect. Flipping action is beautiful. The detent is perfect. Condition on this one is going to be like new in the box. These are out of stock at every web retailer I could find. When they were in stock, they ran $209. I only found one sold one on eBay, and it was $160. But if you buy it on eBay, you got to pay tax. You're buying a used knife from a guy like me, you're going to pay $160 all in, even shipped by Priority Mail. If you'd like it sharpened, add $25, so $185 sharpened. That is the Real Steel Megalodon. Next up, we got a Real Steel I've never seen one of. There's your Real Steel box. I love the finish on their box. This is the Real Slim. The Real Slim. And it is. Look at that. It is Real Slim. So the Real Slim is a stainless steel frame lock knife. Everything about it is thin. Beautiful velvety bead blast on that stainless steel handle. And you're going to want to pinch this one open. The detent is super firm. It's on washers. Look at that thing. The blade length on this is 3 3/8. The handle is 4 5/16. Rock solid lockup. There's your engagement. Action is buttery. Centering is a little off to the left as you're looking at it. Blade steel on the Slim is VG10. We're going to call this one near mint to like new in box. These are $50 if you buy a brand new one at your favorite web retailer. At that price level, you're probably going to have to pay some shipping and some sales tax, or just buy this one. $35 shipped Priority Mail. $55 if you'd like it with an ApostleP edge. That's the Real Steel, Real Slim. Next up, we have one from the We Knife Co. Ltd. And the model is the 617 Foxtrot with tan G10 handle, satin blade, and D2. And this is just a handsome knife, guys. Look at that. Beautiful, finely milled 3D machine G10. Titanium backspacer with a nice bitey grill gear pattern. Titanium clip. And a beautiful harpoon blade in D2. Blade length on the 617F is 3 7/8, almost 4 inches of blade. The handle is 4 3/4, so super efficient blade to handle ratio with that pivot very near the end of the knife. It's a stainless steel liner lock, ball bearing flipper. Centering is dead. Flipping action is perfect, and lockup is rock solid. There's your engagement. Condition on this one, oh, I believe there is actually a pivot tool inside. in the box? Yes, there is. It looks like that, and it fits that star, I believe. It does. How about that? Pretty cool. So like new inbox with tool, the WE 617F. These were $100 web pricing at your favorite retailer when they were available. They are no longer. This one, though, can be yours. $85 all in, shipped priority mail. $105 if you'd like it with an ApostleP Edge. The WE 617F. Next up. Another one from WE Knife. This one, the 2003 Bravo Mini Buster in antique bronze titanium handle with a black stonewash CPM 20 CV blade. This is a cool finish, guys. So you got a bronze anno on your titanium handle. Then they DLC coat it. Then they tumble it. So all your corners show that bronze coming through. Very cool. There is your blade. CPM 20 CV. 3 7/16 inches in length of classic sheep's foot awesomeness. Handle is 4 9/16 in length. Beautiful milled titanium clip. Steel inserted titanium frame lock. There is your lock engagement. It's rock solid. Silky smooth ball bearing mechanism. Ceramic ball bearings, that's why. I mean like butter. Like butter. Centering on the mini buster is dead. We'll call it near mint in box. The only blem I could find on it is a little rub on the pocket clip. Yeah, you might just do that for a while. It might go away. It might, really. Anyhow, very nice example. Web price on these is $289. I think they are still in stock. Gonna have to pay some sales tax, though. Or just buy this one, near mint in box. All in, shipped priority mail. $245 like it is. $270 with an ApostleP Edge. That's the WE 2003B Mini Buster. Next up, we got another one from Real Steel. This one with no box. This is the Real Steel Gslip. The Gslip Micarta version with a nice matte finished natural canvas micarta. This is a slip joint knife that can be opened using that long pole / fuller. It is I'm calling it a 2/3 stop knife. Not sure how the mechanism works, but it's a pretty righteous little slippy. Walk and talk's decent. Pulls about a 6.5. Centering is pretty nice down the middle. The blade steel on the Gslip is VG10. Blade length is 3 7/16. Handle length is 4 3/8. I'm calling this one like new, no box. Web pricing on these brand new is $63 plus shipping and tax. Your price on this one, $49, shipped, priority mail. $69 with an ApostleP Edge. That's the Real Steel Gslip Micarta. Next up, we have a pretty sweet knife for the money from Civivi, the WE Knives budget brand. This is the C803E Praxis with blue G10 handle and golden stainless steel liners, which look really cool, by the way. Look at that periwinkle blue, would ya? Now, frankly, guys, to my eye, it looks a little more dark and a little more purple than it's showing up to you on camera. Pretty standard configuration knife. G10 scales, what appears to be an FRN backspacer, same color. Deep carry stainless steel polished clip. And those golden anodized stainless steel liners. It is a ball bearing flipper running a 9CR18 MOV blade, 3 3/4 inches of blade, beautifully satin finished. There's your lock up on the stainless steel liner lock. It's rock solid. Centering is dead. Action is lovely. Really a cool knife for the money. Let's see. Web pricing on these brand new is $43, plus tax and shipping, of course. This one is in like new condition. I'm calling it a righteously perfect example. Your price, $35. 35 like it is, 55 with an ApostleP edge. That's the Civivi C803 Praxis. Next up, another one from Civivi. This is the Civivi C2102C Brazen in black. I think Brazen is an interesting name because there's nothing that even looks remotely brass-like on this knife, but what the heck. It's a G10 handled, ambidextrous clipped, deep carry, ball bearing flipper, liner lock pocket knife. We got a blade of Sandvik 14C28N steel, a gorgeous sticky looking drop point, blackened stainless steel liners affecting the lockup. Engagement is nice, lockup is rock solid, action is silky smooth and free. The centering on the Brazen is down the middle. Blade length 3 7/16, handle is 4.5. Did you guys check out that flipping action? I mean, that's nice. Really nice. Condition on this one's going to be like new in the box. Web pricing on these brand new is $50, plus tax, plus postage. Or just buy this one, like new in the box, and a beautiful example, $35 all in, shipped. Priority mail, 55 with an ApostleP edge. That is the Civivi 2102C Brazen. Next up, this is our last Civivi of the night, and it's kind of cool, I gotta say. I don't say that very often, but this one's cool. This is the C2024DS-2 Riffle. Are you watching, John? I have a customer who buys almost every week. He buys less expensive knives, and his last name is Riffle. And we have a less expensive knife, and it's really cool. Look at that. Sandalwood scales, deep carry blackened stainless steel pocket clip, ball bearing flipper. Oops, it's better than that. Ball bearing flipper, stainless steel liner lock. They're saying it's a hand rubbed Damascus blade. 3 7/16 blade, 4.5 handle. Rock solid lockup. There's your engagement. Centering is perfect. Pretty close anyway. That's pretty perfect. Flipping action, very nice. Not a super strong detent, but doesn't need to be. Let's take a look at the pattern in that Damascus. Very nice. Let's see. The Riffle sells for $89 at your favorite web retailer. This one can be yours. Shipped priority mail, all in $65. 65 like it is. 85 with an ApostleP edge. That's the Civivi Riffle. Next up, and guys, I gotta apologize because there's some info about this knife I just couldn't find. It didn't come with a box, so I don't have a label. It is definitely a Boker Plus AK-74 series knife, but I've never seen one because it's huge. So I'm going to call it the Boker Plus AK-74 XL Auto. We've got 5 7/8 inches of handle. We've got 4 3/4 inches of stone-washed Aus 8 steel with my fingerprints on it. It's got kind of an Iron Mistress clip on it. Now the lockup it's just a little gummy. The button's a little gummy. If you play with it and you let the button fully extend, it's got 0 vertical play. But sometimes as it opens, you just have to kind of jiggle it to let that lock engage fully. You auto knife guys know what I'm talking about. It is the hard anodized black aluminum handle, the funky clip. There's your blade centering, pretty good. Condition's going to be near mint, no box. I have no idea what they sold for, but it's got to be worth 50 bucks. It's a 4 3/4 inch clip point automatic freaking switchblade, guys. Come on. 50 bucks like it is, 70 with an Apostle P edge. It's the Boker Plus AK-74 XL Auto. Next up, we'll just not spend a lot of time with this one. Y'all know what it is. Aggressively textured FRN handle. It will take a right or left-handed tip-up pocket clip. This is mounted with the right-hand clip, and that's the only clip I got. There's no box, no extra clip. It is the Voyager XL clip point. OS 10A blade steel, 5 5/16 inches of blade length, 6 3/4 inches of handle, triad lock, rock solid as always. Blade centering, pretty doggone close for a blade that long, wouldn't you say? I sure would. Action, stunning. Stunning. Other than a little bit of wear on the edge of the clip, the knife's like new, so we're going to call this one near mint, no box. These will run you $70 plus tax plus postage. Brand new at your favorite retailer. This one can be yours like it is, shipped, priority mail, $50. And then $80 if you'd like that over 5-inch blade to come to you with an Apostle P edge. It's a Cold Steel Voyager XL. Next up, from Cold Steel, it is the Andrew Demko Cold Steel production version of his AD10 Custom. This one wearing the black G10 handle and the blade of CPM S35 VN. Blade length is 3 9/16. Blade stock about 5/32. Handle length is 5 1/4. This is a man's knife. Robust yet slicey. Triad lockup is perfect. Action is buttery. Centering is dead. Condition is going to be like new in box, and I have both clips for this knife, right and left-handed. $142 is current web pricing on this knife. They come, they go. Right now they're in stock. Your price on this one, shipped priority mail, a perfect example, like new in the box. Don't have to pay postage, don't have to pay sales tax. It's a used knife. How about $125 like it is, and $145 with an Apostle P edge. That's the Cold Steel AD10. Time to turn my page. Time to turn my page, my friends. Next up, I think that says Curtis Knives, and it does. I don't know if there's anything in here. Oh, there is. There's just a little card. 574 area code. That means David lives like less than an hour from me. One of these days, I have to go see him. Let's see what came in this Curtis Knives pouch. What came in this pouch? This, my friends, is the best looking Curtis knife I've ever seen. Just soak it all in. An exquisite, organic looking mill pattern. Blue anodized in the recesses, and then almost, I mean, it's sort of satin, but it almost has an orange peel finish on the top flat area. Is so cool. Got your gorgeous Curtis pivot, your Curtis clip, And wait, there's more. It's an F3. It's an F3 horny. An F3 horny in Damasteel. This is a 3 1/8 inch blade. And you could call it a sheep's foot. You could call it a Warncliffe. Hollow grind. Look at that Damasteel, guys. Oh, it's luscious. I'm telling you. New maker's mark, I think. Look at that. Curtis Custom Knives. Yes, it's a titanium frame lock with a steel insert. Yes, it's a ball bearing pivot. Yes, it flips amazingly well. Little gear pattern titanium blue anodized backspacer. Rock solid lockup, perfect flipping action, perfect centering. Purchased by my consignor, new for $1,050. It is still like new in pouch. Very hard knife to find. Don't think I've ever seen one exactly like this. Your price is going to be $950, $950 like it is, $975 if you like it with an ApostleP edge. That's the Curtis F3 Horny in Damasteel. Next up, got one from D Rocket Knives. From D Rocket Knives in a little pelican-like box. Little foam insert. This is the D Rocket Maxim X EDC flipper, a rather geometric looking thing. Nice flipper too. Look at that. The blade has sort of a fullered center spine and then stepped milling for the swedge and for the primary bevel. And then it's got kind of a razel thing going on, doesn't it? So a front edge, a very abrupt, almost 90-degree tanto. M390 is your blade steel. Blade length is 3 1/8, and that appears to be a Cerakote or the like. It doesn't look like a DLC to me. It's kind of a charcoal gray. Handle scales are going to be natural canvas micarta. You've got a liner lock and a silky ball bearing pivot. There's your lockup. It's rock solid. And there's your blade centering. It's perfect. Condition is like new in the box. These are out of stock. When they were in stock, they were $450 brand new. This one can be yours. $350 like it is. $385 I sharpened both blades. That is the D-Rocket Maxim X EDC flipper. Next up, here's a knife with a long story. It's going to come in a rather generic OD green pouch with a gray shearling lining. Okay. This is the Andre Van Heerden, Andre Thorburn, Tachi Barucha A8 collaboration custom, I guess. So 2 South Africans and 1 Chinese guy collaborated. This is sort of a version of the Thorburn A2, I guess. And it's even got the A2 etch. But this is the Van Heerden Thorburn Barucha A8. A8. And you can see the Barucha influence, can't you? So you've got that South African finishing, polished flats, hand-rubbed satin, bevels, and swedge. There are just some very fine scratches in a couple places on this knife. But, you know, we're still going to call it near mint. Blade steel is not N690. It's CTS XHP. Lightning strike carbon fiber scales, that beautiful polished blue anodized titanium liner treatment. Lightning strike backspacer. Milled titanium clip. There is your lock engagement. It is rock solid. Ooh. Action might be pretty free. Centering's perfect. Action is luscious. I think that's a cool knife. So so we'll say near mint in pouch. I don't think that's the original pouch. I believe my seller paid $800 for this knife at Steel Addiction. We're going to sell it for $650 like it is, $650, and then $675 like it with an Apostle P edge. That's the Van Heerden Thorburn Barucha A8. Next up, we got sort of a classic of classics. It will not come in a box, but who cares? It does come in a Benchmade microfiber baggie. It is the 940-1. Carbon fiber scales, blue, anodized aluminum standoffs. It is wearing the Shorty deep carry. I'm going to include the normal Parkerized deep carry clip in case you want to switch it out. Carbon fiber handle, S90V blade. Lockup is rock solid. Action is almost dead free swinging, but just takes a little flick. Lockup is dead solid. Centering, what? A Benchmade centered? Huh. Condition on this 940-1 is going to be near mint to like new. No box, 2 clips. MAP pricing, so minimum advertised pricing. Your favorite web retailer is going to be $272 for this knife, or just buy this one. You don't have to wonder if it's a good one. It is. How about $230 like it is, $255 with an Apostle P edge. Benchmade 940-1. Next up, another from Benchmade. I love these. I love them. This is the 555-1 mini grip with that gray G10, beautifully milled and checkered handle, the blue liners, the blue anodized aluminum standoffs, Parkerized deep carry clip, the Sabre flat ground sheep's foot blade and CPM 20 CV. Is it me or does that one just have a very good point? I think it does have a very good point. Very lightly sharpened at the factory, meaning they didn't use much metal, right? Left you all of it to work with over the years. Rock solid lockup, super free action, dead centering, near mint, no box. Discontinued now and out of stock. When they were available, they were $174 web pricing. This one can be yours, $135 like it is, $160 with an Apostle P edge, the Benchmade 555-1 mini grip. Next up, if you're watching my channel, I don't even need to tell you what this is, but I will. Benchmade 560 BK-1, super freak, black and gray, milled G10 handles, red liners, red aluminum standoffs, Cerakoted blade in CPM M4. Rock solid lockup. Not quite free swing in action, could be. With a little tweak. Close. And centering is, man, it's dead. There's a little bit of coating missing at the tip, so just a slight bit. It's been used, but you know, very little wear on the edge at the tip. Parkerized deep carry clip on this one. Let's see. Out of stock now at $196. When these were available, we were selling them in this kind of condition used for about $165. Now that they're gone, some of them have crept up over $200. We're going to sell this one, though, at $180 like it is, shipped priority mail, $205 with an Apostle P edge. I highly recommend it, by the way. That's the Benchmade 560 BK-1 Super Freak. Next up, save me from myself, boys. I own this knife in the textured black and green G10, but I don't own it. And I think the handle that it really deserves. The Benchmade 4300 CLA Auto in 3D machine satin G10 with parkerized deep carry clip. Button lock auto with safety. Gorgeous drop point blade in 154 cm. Beautiful jimping. Superb action. Rock solid lockup. Centering is perfect. These are now discontinued and out of stock. When they were available, they were $204 minimum advertised pricing. I'm calling this near mint, no box. Your price $160, $180 with an ApostleP Edge. That's a Benchmade 4300 CLA Auto. Next up. Now guys, pay attention on this one, because we have two identical knives that are slightly different, if that makes sense, coming right up. From Spyderco, from Taichung, Taiwan, we have a Spidey Chef. This one is going to be in your inventory as Spyderco Spidey Chef NMIB for near mint in box. Now my seller, my consignor, wanted to call this knife new, but I'm calling it near mint because I think it's been touched up, because I see a little bit of funkiness near the tip and I feel a little bit of edge wear. So I'm going to call it near mint, but it's in box and virtually zero handle wear. Okay, there's your lock engagement, which is right where you want it to be, the carburized, non-inserted titanium frame lock. Super free action. Get rock solid lockup, but that kind of free action and that perfect centering. Okay. LC200 end blade, of course. Map pricing on these, they are back in stock at your favorite retailer. As long as you don't mind paying $234 plus tax, you can have a Spidey Chef, or just buy this one. $200 like it is, shipped priority mail, $220 with an ApostleP Edge. And again, that is in your inventory. Make sure you note this. Spyderco Spidey Chef NMIB for near mint in box. Next up, why did I say that so strenuously? Here's why. We have another Spidey Chef. This one, no box. Slight bits of discernible wear in the handle finish, but they do such a good job of hiding it with that aggressively, almost like acid stonewash bead blast. LC200 kitchen knife blade. Very slight edge wear on this one. There's your lock engagement right where you want it. Again, beautiful free action. Dead centering. Nothing wrong with that knife. We're going to call this near mint no box. Near mint no box. $234 is your map price if you want to buy one from your favorite retailer, plus tax, of course. This one can be yours for $180 like it is, $200 with an ApostleP Edge. Again, make sure you pay attention to this when you send your I'll take it. This is in the inventory as Spyderco Spidey Chef NMNB for near mint no box. Next up, we have a little brother to the Spidey Chef. This is the Techno from Spyderco. Taichung, Taiwan produced. Sort of acid tumble bead blasted titanium handle. Deep carry reversible tip up wire pocket clip. Blade steel is, you guessed it, CTS XHP. This is the Techno 2. The Techno 2. Carburized lock face on the titanium frame lock. Nice firm engagement, rock solid lockup, no stick. Perfect centering. Wow, I can flick it open. Look at that action. Look at that. How about that? So we'll call this Techno 2 near mint no box. They are out of stock everywhere. When they were in stock, they would run you $231 plus tax at your favorite retailer. This one can be yours for the bargain price of $180. $200 with an ApostleP edge. That's the Spyderco Techno 2. Next up, another from Spyderco. The Shaman, the OG Shaman with the black G10 handle. Oh, this is wearing a deep carry titanium clip. I'm not sure who made that one. Is it a Lynch clip? I think it is, but the hole is a little different because it's one of those through hole clips, right? From the factory. I don't have the factory clip, by the way. S30V blade. Beautiful stonewash. Little fingerprint. Rock solid lockup, compression lock, free action. Blade centering dead. Little to no edge wear on this one, guys. Definitely near mint, no box. Perfect mechanics. A very nice example of a Shaman. These are out of stock everywhere. When they were available, they were $210 minimum advertised pricing, web pricing. This one can be yours. $180 like it is. $200 with an ApostleP edge. That's the Spyderco Shaman. Next up. Ooh. Here you go. Wearing the carbon fiber over G10 laminate. Nicely textured scale set. We have the Spyderco Smock with that button actuated compression lock. That discreet sort of front but sort of not flipper. The ball bearing pivot. The bidirectional satin and the hollow ground sheep's foot. And what are these? S30V? I should know that. That's correct. Absolutely. Let's see. The lockup is rock solid. The action is superb. The centering is going to be, I don't know, how about dead? Would that be good? Yeah. Wearing, I think, a Casey Lynch deep carry pocket clip. Looks like it's had a little customer applied satin finish done on it. Condition on this smock, we'll call near mint, no box. Aftermarket clip noted. I don't have the factory. These went out of stock again as of the airing of this video. When they were available, they were $175 at your favorite web retailer. This one, $160 like it is. $180 with an ApostleP edge, the Spyderco Smock. Next up, we got our last Spyderco tonight. This one, a Spyderco based on a rather classic lion steel pattern. What is it, the Little Opera, if it's a lion steel? Put a round hole and a hump in the blade. We call it the Spy Opera. This is going to be manufactured by Lion Steel. What a cute little thing that is, isn't it? M390 blade, 2 7/8 inches long. Mid-lock, back-lock mechanism. And just buttery, guys. I mean just buttery. Deep carry, paper clip. Going to be right hand only. Rock solid lockup. Beautiful action, beautiful centering. Condition on this Spy Opera is going to be near mint, no box. Scales are natural canvas, by the way. These are $175 brand new at your favorite retailer. Or just buy this one. Shipped, priority mail. No stupid box to worry about. $140 like it is. $160 with an ApostleP edge, the Spyderco Spy Opera. Next up, I mentioned in my teaser yesterday there might be a couple rare and discontinued ZTs in tonight's sale. Here's the first one. This is a ZT0562 Ti. All titanium construction. I'm not sure why, but because there's like no wear on the whole knife except the pocket clip. So that might be worth a call to ZT for the new owner. Anyway. So it's the Hinderer design. Look at that. That was with fingers on lock bar. No death lock. Ball bearing flipper. Steel inserted titanium frame lock. Blade steel on this one is CPM 20 CV. Pretty unmolested blade, like little to no edge wear. Must have been in the pocket and then never got pulled out to cut anything. There's your lock engagement. It's rock solid. There's your blade centering. It's dead. You've seen the action. It rocks. Condition's going to be near mint. No box. No box on this one. These are out of stock everywhere. Probably discontinued forever. When they were available, web price was $300. Some pristine ones with boxes are rivaling that number, right? This one, though, can be yours for $225 like it is. $250 with an ApostleP edge. That is the ZT0562 Ti. Next up, our other special and rare and out-of-stock ZT. I'm just going to show you what's in the bag here. Okay, first of all, we have one set of scales that has like a green carbon fiber. And then we have a set of aftermarket scales that's black canvas micarta. And both are in there. A little bit of extra hardware. But the knife is wearing a third set of scales. Oh, a custom set in marble carbon fiber. This is the ZT 0640. It is an Ernest Emerson design. Very much resembles the Emerson Gentleman Gem. I guess you could call it a titanium frame lock, or you could call it a titanium liner lock. I like to think of it as a frame lock with covers, because the titanium slabs are pretty thick. Right? Opens with a thumb disc. Pivots on washers, but beautifully so. The drop point blade has rock solid lockup. It is made of CPM 20 CV. Blade length is 3 11/16. Handle length is 4 3/4. It is a steel inserted titanium lock. There's your engagement. It's rock solid. And there's your centering. Pocket clip is stunning. This knife is going to be near mint. No box. They are out of stock everywhere. When they were available, they were $268. Wearing the factory scales. Then we've got, I don't know what, another $60, $80 in aftermarket scales included with this one. But you can buy this near mint, no box. $235 like it is. $260 with an ApostleP edge. That's the ZT0640 Cust Scales. Next up, from Hogue. No box, but we do have the factory pouch. We kind of have the Hogue OG, if there can be an OG for such a young knife company. This is the regular standard EX01. So, it is a hard anodized black aluminum handle, button lock with safety, manual action, and a ball bearing pivot. Alan Elishewitz design. Gorgeous swedge drop point with a beautiful stone wash and 154 cm. And somebody sharpened this once. Don't know if it was me. Doesn't look like it. Kind of needs it again. Blade length is 3.5. Handle's 4.5. Lockup is rock solid. Action is stunning. More stunning than that. And the centering on the EX01 is perfect. We're going to call it near mint in pouch, no box, right? Map pricing on this knife, brand new, is $170 at your favorite retailer. This one will run you $120 shipped priority mail and $140 with an ApostleP edge. That's the Hogue EX01. Next up, from a knife company I've never heard of, established 2019, Night Elements. Night Elements. This knife, although it's an American brand, is made by Fox Knives in Maniago, Italy, and it's a kukri, and it comes in a stunning piece of Kydex work. Wouldn't you say? belt loop splitting dual neoprene belt loops with, I'm sure, directional snaps. Yes. So, yeah, how about that? Yeah, and enough of that. Let's get the knife. Look at that, a fullered kukri. Oh, look at that. This is the Night Elements KE101 Kukri V2 version 2. N690 CO blade, 5 inches long. The handle in 3D machined milled black G10 is also 5 inches long. It is a nice piece in hand, I gotta say. Not that you're going to chop much with a kukri that short, but you could. The only marks on this knife are just a little bit of wear at the front of the fuller, just from sliding in and out of the Kydex, right by my thumbnail. So definitely near mint inbox knife. Web price on these brand new is $255. This one can be yours near mint inbox, just a little sheath wear, $195. The Jason Knight design, produced by Fox. $225 with an ApostleP edge. The Night Elements KE101 Kukri V2. Next up, what would a knife sale be without a Barkey? And we got one from Bark River Knives, Escanaba, Michigan, USA. This is one of those knives that Mike Stewart just had to make because it's how he rolls. He didn't even care if they sold any. This is the Hudson Bay Scalper limited edition, first production run, black and gold limited edition. Okay, yeah. When I show you the knife, you're going to know why I said what I said. There's your sheath. And here's your knife. There's that little part of Mike Stewart that says, if it ain't a trailing point, it ain't really a knife. Look at that. There's that Hudson Bay handle. And there's that Mike Stewart trailing point. Limited edition, first production run, the black and gold. So you got black polished G10, brass pins, brass lanyard tube, brass bolsters, and yellow liners. Blade steel is A2. Blade length is 5 3/8. Handle length is 4 5/16. I don't know if that's a hunting knife, but it's a man killer. Thing of beauty. We'll call it near mint in box. They've been out of stock for a little while. This knife's probably, what, 4 years old? Something like that. When it was available, it would have been around $240 web price at your favorite retailer. This one can be yours $195 like it is. $225 with an ApostleP edge, the Bark River Hudson Bay Scalper. And that brings us to the last knife in the sale. And what a beauty. Guys, I've never touched a knife of this brand, but just look at the quality of that leather. Beautifully tooled, beautifully stitched, polished black edges, gorgeous tanning. I mean, guys, look at that. Look at the swivel for the dangle. That's a beautiful piece of work. And inside is an equally beautiful knife. This is the Adventure Sworn Explorer, a super faithful, purpose-built bushcraft knife. And look at the maker's mark stamped deeply into the spine, and then the blade steel on the belly of the handle, CPM 3V. You've got a 4 7/16 blade with a gorgeous hand-rubbed horizontal satin on the flats, a satin Scandi grind, 5/32 stock, tan liners, polished black G10 handle. The handle is 4 3/4 inches. There goes the sheath. I mean, just a beautiful piece of work. I was actually on the phone with Jay Rao at Knife Ship Free today, talking about fixed blade makers, and I said, man, if you haven't seen Adventure Sworn, you got to check them out. I would put this knife on a par with the stuff that LT is making. I mean, the finishing on this knife, guys, is stunning, and the design is on point. This is the Adventure Sworn Explorer. I think these guys sell just direct from their website, and their books are closed. When this model was available, it was $255. They're not available now, but this one, like new, no box with that sheath, can be yours. $225 shipped priority mail, $245 if you'd like my edge on it. But let me say, the factory Scandi really doesn't need my help. Okay, it really doesn't. That's the Adventure Sworn Explorer. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of another knife sale on the Apostle P channel. Hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. Grace to you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. Now commence to clicking.